grinding. Let's finish up. Watch the sparks. Keep it moving, left, left, left. Fall in over here. Check your gear.
The cargo loading is progressing on schedule. Yes, the team is working efficiently to meet the deadline.
Hold it there. Lower it down. Watch your feet. Clear the beams.
Welcome to the new site. The paving went flawlessly.
The threat level has increased. We need immediate authorization.
Acknowledged. Consider it done.
Hold the line steady. Take up the slack on 3. Ready to secure.
This is the sound of a new superpower being born. Not with armies or with treaties, but with sand. China is building man-made islands in the heart of the South China Sea, placing a chokehold on one of the world's most critical trade routes.
People see sand. I see the most ambitious engineering project in modern history. The scale is almost unimaginable.
This is the untold story of the trillion-dollar mega project that's changing the world. How do you turn a reef that disappears at high tide into a fortress?
And why is the world powerless to stop it? It all started here. For decades, China maintained a token presence on these contested reefs.
But in the early 2000s, a secret, audacious plan was activated. The objective? Permanent, unsinkable aircraft carriers.
The chosen location, the Spratly Islands, a strategic crossroads claimed by half a dozen nations.
The first problem isn't political, it's geological. You're building on loose coral, not bedrock. Everything wants to wash away.
The solution arrived by sea. A fleet of colossal dredging ships, some the size of football fields. The world's largest and most advanced dredging fleet, built by China for this exact purpose. This is the heart of the operation, a cutter suction dredger. It's essentially a floating blender with a vacuum cleaner. Its job to tear apart the seabed and suck it up. Tens of thousands of tons of material per hour.
They aren't just digging, they are moving mountains from the bottom of the sea to the surface.
This material is then pumped, sometimes for miles, to its destination. The birth of new land. Violent, messy, and incredibly fast. Hour by hour, the reef disappears, and an island is born.
This new land is completely unstable. It's just a waterlogged pile of sand. Yeah. The next storm could wash it all away.
So before anything else, they build a shield. A perimeter wall to protect their multi-billion-dollar investment.
These caissons are hollow. They place them, then fill them with sand, sinking them to form an interlocking, solid wall.
Precision is critical, the foundation of the entire island's defense. Kilometer by kilometer,
The fragile sand pile is encased in concrete.
Now you have to squeeze the water out. Compaction turns that loose slurry into ground stable enough to build on. Constant testing ensures the ground can support what's coming next. With the land secure, the second wave begins, the largest construction project on Earth. The first priority, a 3,000-meter runway, long enough for any aircraft in China's arsenal.
That's impressive.
A runway isn't just pavement. It's a layer cake of material designed to handle the impact of a 200-ton aircraft landing at 150 miles per hour.
They even use the dredged sand to make their own concrete, minimizing reliance on outside supply lines.
This is modern engineering at its finest. No joints, no weak points, just a perfect slab of reinforced concrete.
Yes! Woo! We did it! Unbelievable!
The tolerances are insane. The entire 3-kilometer runway is perfectly flat, with a deviation of less than a centimeter.
Now it's not just an island, it's an airfield. But an airfield is vulnerable. The planes need protection.
These are hardened aircraft shelters, designed to withstand a direct missile strike.
Each hangar is a fortress within the fortress, layer upon layer of protection.
Once that door closes, the aircraft inside is safe from almost anything.
Enough shelters to house a full squadron of fighter jets.
The island needs a brain, a command and control center.
But a brain is useless if it's blind. To control this airspace, the island needed eyes and ears capable of piercing the horizon.
That golf ball is a radome. It protects the sophisticated radar system from the elements while allowing the signals to pass through.
Secure the left side first. All right, get in the torque wrench. Perfect. Let's move to the right once that's tight.
And they didn't stop there. They installed specialized high-frequency arrays, bending signals to effectively see over the curve of the Earth itself.
All that data is useless without the infrastructure to process and disseminate it. Fiber optic cables connect every system on the island.
Beneath the surface lies a state-of-the-art, climate-controlled data center, buried deep enough to survive a direct assault.
With the flick of a switch, the massive amounts of raw data begin to flow. The island is finally waking up.
But simply watching the enemy isn't enough to secure a territory. This island fortress also needed teeth.
Keep it steady. Down a little more. Right there. Easy does it.
They are installing a vertical launch system, the same type used on advanced naval destroyers.
Buried in these hidden silos lies a lethal arsenal. Missiles to knock enemy jets out of the sky. To the untrained eye, it looks like a simple patch of concrete. In reality, it's an invisible arsenal, armed and ready to fire at a moment's notice.
An airfield is one thing, but to be a true strategic hub, you need a deep water port.
They needed a harbor deep enough and strong enough to accommodate the heaviest vessels in the Chinese fleet, far beyond just supply barges. We're talking about a facility designed specifically to dock destroyers, heavy frigates, and eventually full-sized aircraft carriers.
You've now connected your sea power and your air power in one location. That's the strategic goal.
Keep pushing. Move it to the left. Watch the seam.
They built the infrastructure for a small city. Housing, vast recreation facilities, and even high-yield climate-controlled farms.
Fresh water is the most critical resource.
This plant can produce hundreds of tons of drinking water per day.
To run it all, massive fields of solar arrays were installed to harvest the intense tropical sun. By combining solar, heavy wind turbines, and backup diesel reserves, they created a highly resilient hybrid grid to ensure the command center never goes dark. Even simple additions, like a freshly painted basketball court, are critical. These small touches of normal life are essential.
This was the tipping point. The sprawling project had transformed from a chaotic construction site into a highly organized, functioning military town. Keep it steady. Good spread. Looks correct on the schematics. Check the perimeter here.
They've built a hydrant refueling system directly into the airfield. A plane can be refueled in minutes without needing a truck.
Hidden directly beneath the runway lies a massive network of underground fuel depots, capable of holding millions of gallons of highly volatile jet fuel.
Keep it steady. Down a little more. Right, hold it there. Watch your hands, mate, careful.
A typhoon can dump a foot of rain in a few hours. Without a massive drainage system, this entire airfield would flood and become useless.
To coordinate this complex ballet of air traffic, they erected a towering nerve center, highly visible against the flat landscape.
Ground, confirm clearance for Heavy 207 on taxiway Charlie. Affirmative, Heavy 207, proceed to holding point runway 26. Roger, cleared to Charlie. Tower, what's our wind check?
This gives them direct line of sight communication with approaching aircraft.
Meanwhile, construction rapidly finished on the massive barracks complexes. Vast concrete structures house the hundreds.
Make sure the gas lines are secure on this one. Gotcha. Check the alignment of the shelving unit. Looks good, let's test the ovens.
They even established a comprehensive medical wing, fully equipped to handle everything from routine illnesses to severe combat trauma on site.
It's an iterative process. You get the critical infrastructure running, then you build out from there.
With the runway cured, the rigorous testing phase finally began. They started cautiously, launching sophisticated unmanned systems to probe the airspace. These drones flew relentless patterns over the island, systematically calibrating the newly installed radar grids and establishing secure communication links. Once the systems were proven, the real milestone arrived, the first manned flight. It wasn't a sleek fighter, but a heavy, dependable military workhorse.
This changes everything. They are no longer dependent on slow sea transport for critical supplies and personnel.
All right, bring it in slow. Watch that clearance. Positioning secure. Set the bolts. Crane 6, ready for retraction. Signal acknowledged.
They installed an incredibly dense, integrated surveillance network, feeding a flawless 360-degree view back to the command center.
They are installing close-in weapon systems, or CIWS.
This is the absolute last line of defense, a terrifying, radar-guided automated cannon capable of shredding targets with 4,500 rounds every single minute.
These weapons are specifically designed to obliterate low-flying, sea-skimming anti-ship missiles, or swarm attacks from fast-moving boats before they reach the concrete wall.
It's a layered defense, long-range missiles, medium-range guns, and short-range cannons. They've thought of everything.
Keep her steady, port side line. Secure the forward bollard. Watch the gap. Secure the forward spring line. Aye, aye, aye. All lines ready? Ready.
Landing gear is down, visual clear.
Affirmative. Proceeding to touchdown.
Contact on deck, secure the aircraft.
Securing.
In the final stages, massive landscaping efforts were launched. It was a deliberate attempt to soften the harsh concrete.
They're turning a military base into a small town. This is about permanence.
As the soldiers saluted, the flag raising became more than a ceremony. It was a highly calculated symbolic act of absolute sovereignty.
From the neatly painted sports fields to the streetlights, the undeniable signs of a permanent,
unyielding long-term deployment. To ensure they were never cut off, a sprawling farm of satellite dishes was erected, guaranteeing an unbreakable high-bandwidth lifeline back to the mainland. In less than 2 frantic years, China had pulled off the impossible. They literally manufactured a permanent, heavily armed
military presence confirmed. Island chain defense online. Commencing sweep protocols.
This triangle gives them overlapping fields of fire and sensor coverage for the entire Spratly Island chain.
With these 3 points connected, the trap is sprung. Almost nothing can move through this critical sector of the South China Sea without Beijing tracking its exact position. Then, the apex predators finally arrived to claim their new territory.
Stop immediately! You are in Chinese territory. Prepare for boarding. We are fishermen, not intruding. Don't hit us!
They didn't just build an island. They built a platform for power projection.
From the concrete runways of these islands, China now possesses the terrifying ability to project overwhelming military power across the entirety of the Southeast Asian region.
Before, their fleet had limited range. Now, with this chain of supply bases, their reach is global. What does this mean for international relations? This was just an idea on paper, and we broke down exactly how they brought it to life with concrete and steel.